Well, hello guys, I'm back. Trying here to document all my MTG collection. As I have stated before, I have collected Magic for over 25 years now. I have over 25,000 cards, different cards, and most of them I have 4 copies of each on in playsets. As you also have seen in the videos, I do collect basic lands and other memorabilia that I will be showing you in these videos. But for today, we're gonna finish with the second part of the cards that are colorless that are in my collection. And when I mean colorless, they are cards that are not artifact, but they have void or don't have a color in their casting cost. I do have other colorless cards. I don't have the playset. As I said at the beginning of the videos, I will do updates on all my collection cards when I start getting the sets, 4 of each. But for the time being, I'm only showing you what I have in the spreadsheet. So here we will continue with the colorless cards, and in this occasion we'll start with the letter H. And we have the first card, Hand of Emrakul. We have 4 of each. 2 in Spanish, Mano de Emrakul. Okay. Then we have Havoc Hour, 2 in Spanish, 2 in English, Uncommon, from the original. I don't remember what's the name of the set. It was Rise of the Eldrazi, and I don't remember the other part. Okay, colorless, Herald of Kozilek, 2 in Spanish, Heraldo de Kozilek, and Herald of Kozilek 2. And we have this one from Modern Horizons 3, Herritgast, Engendro, and Erupción. Herritgast, Eruption, Nullkite. The names sometimes don't make really much sense, but you can here have 4 of each. This one, Hideous Taskmaster. All of them in English, all of them from the Commanders sets of Modern Horizons 3. And one's Hope and the Cult. 2 in Spanish, Coatl Ahoga Esperanzas. Here's a funny thing, Quetzalcoatl is a god here in Mexico in the prehistoric, pre-Hispanic age. And Quetzalcoatl means serpent with feathers. So this is kind of like a Quetzalcoatl. And the last one in the age, Herbo Away, Arway. It's weird how to pronounce that. But in Spanish, Fracaso Rotundo. It's easier to pronounce in Spanish. Okay, so that was the letter H. Now we continue with the letter I. Colorless, and we have Immobilizer Eldrazi. Immovilizador Eldrazi. Sometimes the names are really easy to understand. We also have the Devoid. In Spanish it's called Vacío. Vacío. Sounds nice to pronounce it in Spanish correctly. We have Incubator Drone. Zángano Incubador in Spanish. Again, the letter word Vacío. Funny thing, we play here mostly in English when we talk about the rules. Now we have this one's from Strixhaven's Introduction to Annihilation, Fundamentos de Aniquilación, and we have a Japanese version of it. Then jumped into Introduction to Prophecy. Japanese, Spanish, Fundamentos de la Profecía, Introduction, 4 of each. As I told you, I try to collect playsets, not just single cards. Inversion Behemoth. They're all in English, yeah, they're all in English. And as I said, sorry guys, this is just going by the collection really fast, so everybody can see it, everybody can document that I do own them. Inverter of Truth, Mítico, Desfigurador de Verdades in Spanish, 2 in Spanish, 2 in English. Usually this is like the combination I will have, 2 of each, but I try to get other languages if I do find them. Now with a letter E. It of the horrid swarm. Ente del enjambre espantoso, that's Spanish. Coisa do examen orando, that's Portuguese, and this is obviously Korean. I cannot pronounce that, I can even not try to read it. Okay. This is an old one, right from the Eldrazi. And we have English, El que traiciona in Spanish, and two in Chinese. And I'm not sure if this is simplified or normal Chinese. I don't know the difference from it, but I do know they had cards in both languages before. And again, it that hurls the end. It that hurls the end. You should have a comma before it, after it. El que pregona el final. That's the name in Spanish. Model horizon card, new one relatively. Now we get to see letter K, and that means a lot of cards coming next. Okay, letter Q. One of the first cards, of course, Karn the Liberated, Japanese, Spanish, Spanish, and English. As you can see, these all have playware. I have played a lot with them. I used to play them a lot in Tron. We have Karn the Living Legacy. I know I'm missing one other Karn, I think from Aftermath, with the After March of the Machines, but I think I'm missing one, so I cannot have it. As you can see, this ones I had a little hard time to get. This is English, this is Spanish, and this both are promos that have the stamp. Usually I try to buy it from players around the city when I do get them. Okay, that's 4. Then we have Karn, Scion of Ursa. Spanish, Karn Vástago de Ursa, and the other 3 are in English. This have not even seen any play. Then we have Karn the Great Creator. Of course, this has play. Came back in World of the Sparks. Karn el Gran Creador, Karn the Great Creator, el Gran Creador, and the Great Creator. 2 Spanish, 3 in English. I know a lot of people in the United States don't get cards in other languages, but I enjoy having them like that, so I especially look for them. This is an old Eldrazi. I think it's one of the expensive ones. Kozilek, Butcher of the Truth. I did play with this, but back then you only had 1 or 2 copies in the main, so they don't look very played. Spanish, Kozilek, el asesino de la verdad. Okay, and we jump to another Kozilek the Great Distortion. I think this one is a little bit expensive, but I'm not sure. Spanish, Kozilek la Gran Distorsión, the Great Distortion, the Great Distortion. 2 Spanish, 2 English. Then we have Kozilek Channeler, Canalizador de Kozilek. Not much to talk about this. As I said, I'm trying to just document and not talk about every single card. We have 4 cards here. Kozilek's Pathfinder, Spanish, Haciendas de Kozilek. Now we have Kozilek Return. I have played with that card. I have played against it. It's annoying sometimes. Void, Vacío, Spanish, De Regreso de Kozilek. El Regreso de Kozilek. Sounds more like the Return of Kozilek. Naruto's Kozilek's Return. Then we have Kozilek Sentinel, common, old one, Spanish, Centinela de Kozilek. Then we have Kozilek Shrieker, Bramador de Kozilek. Continuing on. We have Kozilek Translator, Intérprete de Kozilek, Spanish. Out of the Watch, that was the name of the set. Kozilek Unleashing, Spanish, Liberación de Kozilek. 2 of each. Okay, now let's jump to the next letter. L. No, there's only one Eldrazi one colorless car with letter L. Lash with lurker. Spanish, acechador de la maleza antinatural. This is in Portuguese and this is in Korean. Depending on what I could get in the city when the cards came out, that's why some cards will have the same languages. This is the letter M, and this is one of the cards I don't have in English, so I use a small paper with the name of the card in English so I can keep it in my storage box. So let's write like this. The name is Muscat Exhibition. This is Japanese, Spanish, Spanish, and Spanish. This is promo, as you can see. This is normal. And I used to try to get everyone with at least one copy in English, but now I honestly don't care. I just put a little piece of paper to know the name of the card in Spanish. Okay, we have matter reshaper. Played a lot with this before. Remodelador de la materia. It's a nice name compared to the one in English. Good translation. Then we have mouth of cozy leg. Two in Spanish, two in English. Fauces de cozy leg. Mouth. Okay. We have mind racker. Purgamentes. Somebody that wraps your mind. Purga means like pick around. Okay. Mind melter. Licuamentes, literal. That would be like a blender machine inside the brain. Okay. Mist intruder, intruso de la niebla. Okay. Then we have mockery of nature, burla de la naturaleza, escarnio de la naturaleza, that's Portuguese, and finally again Korean. This is Hendrich Moon, if I'm not mistaken. The set. This one, malted nursery, vivero de la lava, for a beach. Year, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 2015. Okay. Now we have Murofon, the bound is N. Number 4. Murofon ilimitado in Spanish, English, and this one is from the list, as you can see. I don't really mind. I try to collect the main sets, but for now, as long as I have the 4 of each, I don't mind what set they come out. I won't do mix and match with foils and non-foils, that is for sure, but Merc Strider, Zancudo Lobrego. Okay. Mutilated cultist, these are all in English. And the mysterious egg. Remember, there's a promo, and I did find a promo, once or 2 promos. I only got them in Japanese, I don't know why, but that's how I got them. I got them in Spanish. I might look for something in a different language, but I'm not sure if this came out in a different language or not. Okay, 2 and 2. Same card, different arts, different skin, but for collection means it's the same card. Now let's jump to the letter N. We have Metal Drum, Zángano Urticante, not out this one. I have always liked this card since they were first printed. This was printed back in 2010. That's 15 years ago. And honestly, I loved it. I loved the name and the frame and everything. I think I never used it though. De Otro Mundo is the name in Spanish. Then we have no Elemental. We got the retro frame, the normal frame. Spanish Rafael Elemental Vacía. 2 Spanish, 2 English. And as you can see, I keep any version of the car I can get my hands on. No Drifter, Errante de Vacío in Spanish, and 3 we'll finish with the colorless today. Tomorrow I want to start with the non-basic land collection. That's why I'm trying to hurry up with this last video. Okay, with the letter O, we got Oblivion Sour. And Oblivion Sour translates to Sembrador del Olvido, to in Spanish, to in English, mid, 10 years ago. Then we have Oblivion Strike, Golpeador del Olvido, to in Spanish, to in English again. This next card is one of the ones that comes out in the Commander decks. And since they come out in the Commander decks in foil, I keep the original ones in foil and I don't look for the ones that is non-foil because they're a little bit more expensive and because it's cheaper and easier to get the ones from the Commander decks. So I do have a lot of foils now in my collection because I try to keep these Commanders as they were printed in the Commanders decks. Okay, so this is on Martis Ghostfire Initiate. I don't know if you can see that much with the light and the camera, but the idea is just, you can see I have them. Oracle of the Dust, Oráculo del Polvo. Okay. Jump to the letter P. We have Path of Annihilation. Japanese, Spanish, Camino de la Aniquilación. Eldrazi. This means Path Racer of Ulamog. Arrasca Caminos de Ulamog in Spanish. Okay. Then we have Petrifying Mantler. Entrometido Petrificador would be the name in Spanish. Alcance, Reach. Reach in English, alcance in Spanish, for anybody that wants to learn basic keywords in Spanish for the game. Now we come to Processor, Assault, Asalto, Metabolizador, two in Spanish, two in English. And then Propagator Drone, Zángano Propagador. It has Void, Vacío, and that's about all I'm gonna say about it. And finally, Prophet of the Distortion, Profeta de la Distorsión, Vacío, Void. I honestly love the Void mechanic. Okay, now we have Aura. We have Rally, Hemorrhage, Maraja de la Realidad, 4 of each. I don't even remember seeing that art. That thing of having so many cards is you don't even get to see your cards anymore. And I do remember this one, Reality Smasher. Love to play with it. Hit you with 5, Trample Haste, only spending 4 mana. That's really, in 5 minutes, sorry. Was really honestly a good game ender. Well, not a good game ender, you would play it really fast at the beginning. And then we have Rivertone, Zángano Desgarrador, Spanish, English, the Void. Color in the custom cost, but the Void makes it a colorless card. I don't know the rules in Commander if these are considered color identity or not, but I think that they are not allowed in the deck. But I don't play that much Commander, honestly, so I'm not familiar with the rules. Ave del Tejado, Roof Top Preacher. I did a big dragon. Love it. I think this one's from the new set, Urban Eclipse. But well, the new set will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and today there was a new Chaos Ball from Secret Lair. Chaos Ball from Secret Lair. Honestly, good thing I didn't pay too much attention. I was busy at work in the morning, and I do have those cards, so I was not interested in buying them, but sometimes I am interested in buying them. ruin in their wake. Devastación a su paso, Spanish English to a beach. Sorry guys, I'm not spending too much time talking about the sharks. And then we have ruin processor, metabolizador de la ruina in Spanish and English. And one more, ruination guide. Okay. R. Now we jump to the letter S, and we have the first one, Zángano recuperador, salvage drones, to English to Spanish. Have to take off one of my hairs, probably looking into the bag, pen sleeve. Zion. Ugin, Vástago de Ugin. Look at, I love the picture. It looks beautiful, as you can see. That's more Dragonstorm of Darkia, I think that's a car. I don't remember. This is from this years. No, this is 10 years ago. So this is not the Dragonstorm of Darkia. This is something I don't remember, honestly. I don't know the name of the sets because of the symbols, but if you guys know, you can tell me which one came out. Tarkir? Dragonstorm of Tarkir? I don't remember. Dragons of Tarkir. Dragons of Tarkir, that's the name. Science Summoner. Invocavastagos. Borrar de la existencia, scar from existence. This look has a nice art. 7 manas, exile target permanent. If this did not target, this would be a great card. Okay, then we have selective obliteration for in English with the symbol for colorless. If you guys remember, this did not exist in the beginning of Magic. And it does. Spike, perforación serpentina in Spanish. Okay. Then we jump to shifter of skulls, cernerador de calaveras, Spanish English. Silent skimmer, deslizador silencioso. Oh, this is a new one from Foundations. Sire of the Seven Deaths. I have 2 in Spanish, 2 in English, 1 that's a full art. Okay. Card has obviously played marks already. Didn't play that much with it, but I guess I did play enough. But I have all 4 of them. I don't mind. This April, a friend of mine is organizing an event here of trading card games in Hermosillo, the city, in Mexico, and I want to do a gunslinger there. I want to take a legacy deck and a vintage deck, and probably I'm going to take a Jazz's legacy or a Jazz's vintage deck as the gunslinger. Let's see how many people can beat me. Sire of the Stagnation and Progenitor de la Parálisis. 2 Spanish, 2 English, mid color symbol. Skittering Invasion, Invasión Resbaladiza. Skittering Precursor, Precursor Escurridizo, 2 Spanish to English, Ramon Carlos Reset. Then we have Skitter Skin, Pellejo Escurridizo, 2 English to Spanish. Sky Scour, Master celeste, 4, 2 English to Spanish. Slaughter drone, zángano de masacre. Okay, Spanish to English, not much to talk about it. Now we have Leap Through Space, to Spanish, deslizarse por el espacio, to in English. Then we have Slug Crawler, to English to Spanish. You can see the mild differences in color printings from the color set, from the different colors, from the different languages of the set. Okay, Smoldering Abomination, Abominación Asfixiante, English and Spanish. Then we have Snapping Void Crawl, Ergullidora Vacía Mordiente. Also from Modern Horizon set. And we have Spawning Mycospawn. Okay. Also from the Modern Horizon set. Patio Contortion. This I remember playing with. Contorsión Espacial. Español, Spanish. +3, -3. Instant. Nice way to get a good win out of somebody. Okay, we jump to Spawn Game Commander. Okay, so this is like the command, Siege Game Commander and everything Commander. Okay, but this is for dresses. Okay, we have the Spawn Bed Protector to for in English, of course. I couldn't get it in Spanish back then. I guess I didn't. And it's not like always I write the cards in Spanish. Spell Shrivel, Marchita Hechizos. The names in Spanish is really easy to understand. It's like a literal translation of the name. Translation of the name. Sorry if I speak too slow, guys. I remember I don't have a mic. Stalking Drone, Zángano Acechador. Okay. Then this one is especially one from Secret Lair. I hate when Secret Lair makes unique cards because it makes me a hard time to get them, but I got them all four. I just love Sonic the Hedgehog. I did grow up with him, so I don't mind these cards. I know everybody laughed about them, but I don't even know what it does, but the picture looks great. Super State, Legendary Enchantment Aura. Enchanting creature you control. Enchantment creature has base power and toughness 9/9 and flying. First strike, trample, and haste. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage, combat damage to an opponent, it deals damage to another. Oh, this is for multiplayer, but oh, nice. Whatever it is. 4 cards from Sonic's the Hedgehog Secret Lair. And finally, Farm Search. Oleada del Enjandre. That's just the letter S. Now, after her, guys, I don't want to make a third video right now. I want to make only 2. So this is in colorless with the letter T. And we have Territorial Cooler, Seleccionar Territorial, Spanish, English, 2 of each. And we have the Prismatic Piper. Flautista Prismático. This is a commander designed for partner that is in colorless. 4 of each. 2 of each. 4 in total. Thief of the Existence, Ladrón de las Existencias, 2 of each. No, just 3 and 1. But honestly, that doesn't matter. I'm just showing that I have different languages. We have Thought Harvest. Cosechador de Pensamientos, 2 and 2. Thought Not Seer, played a lot with this card, even it doesn't look that bad, but I did play a lot with them. drifter. We have Titania's presence. Presencia del Titan. Titan's presence, not Titania's. Titan's presence. Not Titania, it's Titans. La presencia de los titanes. Okay. Then we have Titans Vanguard. And Guardia de los Titanes. Touch of the Void. Caricia del Vacío. The picture looks great. I would just have done better without the ears. And we have Transgress the Mind, Transgredir la Mente, Spanish and English. Jump to the next one, Turn Against, Traicionar. Twins of Discord. Twisted Widow Keeper, Guardián de Acertíjanos Retorcido. Okay. That's the other team. Let's jump to the letter U. And we have a lot of Gins to show. So first to Gin. Gin, Eye of the Storms. English, Spanish, Hinojo de las Tormentas, Spanish, English promo with the stamp. Any card I can get my hands on, guys. Not just one card type. Or printed. I just need to have 4 of them. Ugin the Infallible. Ugin el Inefable. Spanish, Spanish, English, English. From War of the Sparks. These were like the small planeswalkers that came out in War of the Sparks. This is the big daddy Ugin. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Also had a lot of play. So it has English, Spirit Dragon, Spanish, El Espíritu Dragón, Japanese. Another one Spanish. Now we have Ugin's Binding, and we see what I'm telling you. I keep any version where honestly of what I get. I got a full alternate art compared to the normal ones. But since I have it, I keep it. And then we jump to Ugin's Conjurant, Espíritu Conjurado de Ugin, Spanish. Okay. Then Ugin's Mastery, this is only English. Another commander from the commander text that I kept in English. Lalek Fused Atrocity. Five mana cost or 5 colorless. It's gonna say that it's hard to make. Ulamo, the Ceaseless Hunger, another big chassis. Ulamo, el hambre que no cesa, and a very Japanese version. Some of these cards are expensive, some of them are not. Honestly, I'm not talking about prices right now, I'm just showing what I have. Ulamo, the Infinite Guide. Ulamo, la Espiral Infinita. English, Spanish, 1. Then we come to Ulamog's Crusher. Triturador de Ulamog, in Spanish. Sorry guys, this video was a little bit longer. I'm showing over 150 cards, I think, 4 copies of each. Ulamog's the spoiler. Saqueador del Ulamog. And it's interesting for you guys to just remember, I try to collect the places. That's my idea. Ulamog's Dreadsire, only in English, so not much to say about the name. Ulamog's Nullifier, Anulador Señor del Amor. Ulamog Reclaimer. Tenemos Reclaimer. Recobrador de Ulamog. We have Ultima. This one has two with a nice art. This is from the Final Fantasy set. It's a legendary creature god, colorless. Artema, Ultima in English, Artema in Spanish. And as you can see, they have beautiful arts. Unfathomable truths, verdades incomprensibles, Spanish and English. We have unnatural aggression. And finally, unnatural endurance, resistencia antinatural. Honestly, some of these cards I have never read or seen in my life. I just store them up. This chunky letter V. Vestigio de Emrakul. Vestige of Emrakul. Names the same Spanish and English. And we have Korean, Portuguese, Spanish, and English. Vexing Sculptor, Atormentor Indeciso. Agrupación Repugnante, Vile Aggregate. Spanish and English versions. Redentor Vil, Vile Redeemer. Spanish and English. All of this mostly are classic cards. Jump to Visions of Brutality, Visiones de la Brutalidad, two in English, two in Spanish. Void Attendant, Asistente del Vacío, two in English, two in Spanish. We have Void Drafter, Injerta Vacío in Spanish. Void Shadow, que es trabajar el vacío, to reach to English to Spanish. Void Nowhere. So this is in Spanish and English, Aventador del Vacío. Honestly, I don't even know the price of this card, but here it is. And finally, Void Pouncer, Acechador Vacuo. This is a nice picture, honestly. Nice art, like it. Very colorful. Okay. Now we go to the letter W. We have Walker of the Waste, Caminante de los Yermos. Waste is translated as Yermos. Then we have Wandering Arak, and we have this in the back version. And in the back it's called Explore the Wastelands. We have English, Spanish, and Japanese. And another one in English. Wonder of Geometrics, Progenitor de Geometrías, two in English, two in Spanish. I'm not going to comment too much about them. We jump to Warp Tusker, Colmilludo Deformado, Spanish and English. Warping Whale, also a card that I played with, has some trademark. Wasteland Strangler, also played with this card back in the days. Emulador del Hierbo. Jump to Water Escape Battle Mage, also nice card. I play with it. The last Eldrazi deck I played in Modern, I think, had it. Eldrazi Agro. Witness the End, Presencia del Fin, Spanish and English versions. World Breaker, of course I played with this card. I had it in the Throne back then. World Breaker, Aplastamundos, World Breaker. 3 English, 1 Spanish. Old card. Jump to Rich Griff. Korean, Portuguese, Spanish, and English. Written in Chrysalis, Crisálida Retorcida, 2 English, 2 Spanish. And Wumpus Aberration, and Aberración Wumpus, Spanish, English, 6/6. That's a big guy for a 4, and that thing. And finally, last letter of the alphabet for colorless cards would be letter Z. Another commander that comes from the commander sets. That's why they're all in foil. But it's Sulodok Void Corver. I have 4 of them. I don't even know what they do, but I have them. I have Cascade. And we have Sulcos Exile. Instant Lesson. In Spanish, Exilio Azul. As you can see, guys, this is my colorless collection of cards. There are over 200 out, 240 to 250 cards. And I do think I'm missing a couple ones, which I probably own 1, 2, maybe 3 copies of them, but not all 4 copies. When I do get to to collect all the cards, all the copies, I will show it to you guys. For now, just the next video that will have colorless will be an update when I do have colorless cards to show. And for now, that this is all my colorless cards that I have for 4 copies of each. So until next video, guys, see you. Hope you enjoyed it.